Hello, howdy, and welcome everyone to TTRPG. Tonight, we are presenting you with a Fistful of Value, a Root, the tabletop RPG actual play. Root, of course, developed by Magpie Games and based on a different board game by. I should have looked that up for now. I apologize, y'all. This is our fourth and final episode. Very excited for all y'all to be joining us tonight as we conclude our merry adventures in the clearing of Hollowstone. I am Miguel. My pronouns are they, he. I will be our GM this evening. Before we kick off, let's go ahead, go around the table one last time, have our players introduce themselves as well as their characters. Let's go ahead and start off with Cassidy.
Hello. I am
Hi.
Cassidy. You can find me on Twitter at awkward Cassidy _, and I play Stick, the Tinkerer Possum. Very excited to be here.
Okay. Very awesome. Very excited as well. Stick, of course, just the perfect embodiment of a tinkerer, curious, inventive, and just chaotic enough to keep things interesting. Let's talk about Elle. What do you got for us?
Hi, I am Elle, as far as everyone knows. I use they, them, and I will be playing Rain the Ronin, who is famous for war crimes and killing people with said war crimes. They also use they, them. They're a little hooded crow, and they have a body count.
Rain is just very passionate about what they do.
Rain just loves the Aerie Dynasty. Rain loves the Aerie Dynasty, and Rain hates anyone who does not love the Aerie Dynasty. And sometimes when you hate somebody, you trap them and try to burn them alive.
Yeah. Very much on display last session. Thank you. And of course, finishing out the group, our pile of sticks, if you will, Amanda. Tell us what's up.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda. I am the Twitch technical producer here at TTRPG. And if everything goes well, we won't have any interruptions tonight. But sometimes, because I live in the middle of nowhere, my Wi-Fi just likes to play a funny little haha joke. And tonight I will be playing Lily, who is an arbiter, who's sort of like a kind of a mix between a paladin and a berserker, in my opinion.
Toad.
And I am a toad. And I was shaking my head no at the intro because last time when we left off, it was not very merry at all.
Toad. That's okay. We'll see what happens. Where did we leave off last time? If I recall correctly, last time we frolicked through the woods for a bit, met some nice soldiers there, had a time with them. Lily got in a fight, etc. We found a secret lab in the woods run by the Marquise. They're up to no good, making a prototype for some new weapon they think is going to turn the war in their favor, just steamroll that Aerie Dynasty, like sports reference. Just put your own in there. But no, their plans were thwarted so far by our band of vagabonds. Pilot sticks, TM. It was combined efforts, Stick and Rain, involving stabbing and dynamite. Now there's a lab on fire. There are angry Marquise agents pacing off with y'all, kind of in the field, just like, in the grassy area right outside of this burning lab, which is kind of on the sea. Not the sea. We don't have a sea here. It's a lake. It's on the shores of the endless lake, which we all know is not endless. You don't know by now. I haven't been saying it enough.
I mean, who knows? There might be no end. It's just water forever.
It could be. Opposite y'all, of course, is the head scientist of this. Scientist is a strong word. The lady in charge of this whole operation is inventor Rhonda Lousy, a big fluffy orange cat, who is, of course, near her assistant, Lance Fancyfoot, also cat. They have a small group of Marquise soldiers there alongside with them. those that have survived the blast and the fire. It's like 4 left. A lot of soot on uniforms, a lot of coughing, a lot of, a little bit of disorientation, but they seem to be getting back into their right minds, we'll say.
There is one thing you forgot.
I never forget. But
There was a little bit of a disagreement between Stick and Rain, and Stick took off and is not
right.
standing there in front of Cypress.
Yeah, so heated words have been exchanged. Stick is tromping off into the woods. Lily's unsure whether she's, it's a classic the Clash situation. Are you staying? Are you going? And I believe Ronda Lousy attempted attacking y'all. Something fired from her direction, left a big hole in a tree somewhere. She's just holding this sort of barrel on a handle that's smoking, promising the next one will not miss. Let's kick it off and send it over to Stick. I would love to know what's going on in the woods as you are leaving the scene.
Stick is very conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to help the people and wants to help her friends, but doesn't want to hurt people to do it. And she started heading towards the town, but realized how far away it was, and didn't want to go that far by herself. So I think she probably ran 100 yards and hid behind a tree.
Got it.
Thinking it was the best hiding spot in the world.
So let's talk about intent here real quick. Are you just trying to hide from anyone and everyone, or just sort of
all of you, just kind of hiding and contemplating.
Got it. You want to go as far as rolling a roguish feat, a hide move? Is hide one of your roguish feats?
I do not believe it is.
Then we're going to be leaving it to fate.
Alrighty.
So let's roll. Let's make a luck roll and trust. Old fate is gonna.
That is an 8.
Okay, let's see. Favorite move. It's really down. Okay. On a hit, you scrape by or barrel through. The GM will tell you it will cost 10 plus. Fortune favors the bold. Your panache also earns you a fleeting opportunity. I'd say this: you go to hide, and you find this lovely spot behind this tree. But in this moment, you're maybe a little too focused. Like you do the most at this right now, right? Like you kind of realize you've got some stuff that you can flourish your little hiding spot with. So go ahead and mark 1 depletion. Like you get a little net out, you put some leaves on it and stuff. Like it's like almost like you've got a little tent there for yourself, but it took you a second to, not too long. You're really good tinkerers. It didn't take you that long to put this together, but like you went a little too hard into it, you know what I mean? But now you've got a very comfortable hiding spot. Yep. As you're making your little spot, Lily, what's going on with you? Are we staying to back up Rain? Are we looking for Stick? You did swear an oath or whatever to protect her, right? I think you're okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Rain, how does it make you feel? Your Lily's sticking by you despite really wanting to go make sure Stick's okay. You've got
Rain.
Yes, go.
Rain has their short sword out, ready in a battle position, looks over to Lily and smiles a little bit. Hey, this is just like that time with the fancy Percy cat lady. Oh, I know. To the end of the line, friend.
Touching, Rhonda says from across the way. But don't worry, neither of you will be leaving this fight. She like kind of signals, and the soldiers, the four that are left, start kind of closing in on y'all. They're not moving in particularly quickly, right? They think they've got the advantage. They're also still a little smoke shock, shell shocked from the explosion and fire, maybe. Spears on all of them, right? And they're just kind of coming in, you know. One of them kind of looks to the others. He's like, let's surround them. You start getting around behind them. So as they approach, they're maybe like 20 odd feet away, and some of them start kind of going wide around you. What all y'all do?
I have 2 questions.
Yes, please.
The first is, can Stick hear like a scuffle from her spot?
I think you would have heard some shouting.
Okay.
And that's about it so far.
Can I roll luck for something really, really, really dumb?
What are you trying to do? And let's see if there is a roll that is necessary.
Well, I imagine it'd be luck because it'd be something she did by accident that I would like to be true because it's very funny. She dropped that one dynamite on purpose, like just set it on the floor. Could it have been one with a really long fuse and the fuse is still in her bag? So she accidentally had like a mousetrap trail of fuse behind her.
That's a very long fuse. We'll say you don't have to roll for luck to do that, but mark another depletion for the amount of fuse you would have to use to produce that, basically.
She didn't do it on purpose, but it's still
Well, I mean, but those
yes.
extra
No, I
long
know.
fuse.
I know.
So yeah, that's your to make the dynamite,
Yes.
right? But otherwise, yeah, that's the one you drop. I don't think we need to roll for that necessarily. So yeah, now just in your pack, you've got a fuse that seemingly just goes off into the woods, into the direction you just came from.
I think she'd figure it out after a minute.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. You've got a fuse, and who knows what's gonna happen with that. I do, it's gonna blow up. This is my prediction though. Okay. Rain, Lily, you've got 4 Marquise cronies coming your way. Right. There's a mouse, a weasel, a cat, a fox. Yeah, that's right. They're all just sort of warily closing in. They're like, come on, there's 4 of us. There's only 2 of them. We've got this. Let's go. What do y'all do?
It's a shame they don't know that sometimes math isn't as good as experience. Numbers only get you so far, but as far as I know, only one of us has killed many of the other side. There's a trail of bodies behind me, and I am more than willing to add you to that trail.
At least one of them, like, physically tries to look behind you to see what's back there. They're not following. I don't see anything back there.
Cats. Swear everyone around them gets stupider.
I've heard that's a thing,
And Rain looks at the people. How well armed are these opponents?
They each have a spear and a wooden shield. It looks like, unlike the ones that y'all encountered out in the woods, these they don't have a short sword on them as well. Looks like they were kind of caught. They're like I don't want to say half dressed, right? But they obviously didn't get an opportunity to grab all their gear before they left the lab, the inside of the lab. Now keep in mind, there is still that patrol group that left towards your distraction, led by their big ocelot captain, not returned yet. Just want to put that out in the air if they're still around.
And how far away is Ronda Lousy?
Mm, we'll say she's a good distance away. She's at least in terms of ranges for the game. She's far range by now. The group, the four soldiers are in close range, or about to be. We'll say like they're just inching into close range. They've gotten pretty close to you.
And is there Lily probably can't take these guys by herself, can she?
Most likely.
Good try.
Where did my other die go? It's fine, I'll find it after. Just gonna be rocking with Run. It's a good thing I have a bunch. All right. Okay, Lily, I have an idea, but it might mean leaving you with these guys. Can you handle yourself?
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
You know, worst case, and Rain will sort of flick a feather over towards the big old fuse that Stick has.
Always a backup plan. That's why you're the brains of this operation.
I do my
That was
best.
totally intentional, and Stick didn't just accidentally pick the wrong one.
Yep, it was intentional. And can Rain maneuver to fly up and land behind Ronda Lousy?
Let's talk about what kind of gear do you have on you right now?
I have a short sword and a short bow.
Okay. Are you armored at all?
What's the little armor? I have a little armor. Where's my little armor? Because I have it written down. I didn't actually write down the item name. I just wrote down little armor and then a little smiley face. So we're gonna try to see.
Just a little guy. Could be robes.
Yeah.
Those provide a little bit of cover, a little bit of protection.
Yeah.
Just a little guy. Just absorb a little injury here and there.
Okay, so leather armor. That's what I got. Leather armor.
I am gonna say that that is light enough that you're used to flying with both your sword and your bow. And BD, would you say while you're flying, you can only use your feet as to handle your weapons. So if you if you want to shoot midair, you can. If you want to stab something, you have to swoop a little lower, but you have the opportunity to use your sword as well. As soon as you're on the ground, you can flick it up and then it's in your hand. But yeah,
All right.
You can definitely. We'll say it's. What are your roguish feats?
I've got blindside and sneak.
Okay. Let's say to get clear of them, to be able to go ahead and up, you're gonna have to either, I was gonna say like an acrobatics, but it's your blindside, probably blindside to just get what, like just whack one of these real quick, make yourself some space, and then fly off.
Blindside is what I was aiming for, so I will go ahead and roll that.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Okay, that's not too bad. 8.
Okay. So we'll say yes. You pick one of them, you're able to. What do you use, your short sword, or we use something fancy? Like what exactly do you do?
Short sword to just hit them with might straight in the chest, sort of knocking the air out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cool. So yeah, as they just get just close enough, you rush one of them, you go in with your short sword, and you just knock, we'll say, the weasel completely to the ground, and they are out. Let me update this accordingly. Oh, there's too many on here. Okay. Gone. Man, maybe their morale went down too. Okay. You're able to knock one completely down. But because you'll roll an 8, stay partial success. The weasel's unable to do anything, but the guard, I keep saying guard, the soldier next to them, the fox, just is able to just like get you really quick with the butt of their spear as you're taking off. So mark 1 exhaustion. But then you're
good.
soaring up in the air, and then you as you land behind, like it's just so quick, none of them have a chance to react, and then just like that, you're right behind Rhonda. Lousy. Lance has a chance to like kind of like steps back and like jumps back and is now facing the two of you. Lance is unarmed, but you've got, what do you, as soon as you land behind Rhonda, what do you do?
As soon as I land, stab her in the back with a vicious strike.
Okay, yeah, do it. That's alrighty. Let's take a look at what that does. I don't know what that was, everyone, but I did that. It's been a long day.
That's
okay,
right.
a
vicious strike, and my weapon also does have the tag. I specifically made sure of it.
Yeah, sorry, it's just the very bottom of this list. Okay, when you viciously strike an opponent when they are weak at intimate or close range, this was it. You were right behind them, so they're mark exhaustion and roll with might. Yeah, let's see what happens.
All right. Come on now. No whammies, no whammies. Rain has so much might. This should be good. Oh, it is good. Okay, that's an 11.
Oh, my beautiful. Okay, they suffer serious harm. Cannot mark armor where to block it. Your weapon, I'm assuming, does 1 harm.
Yes, it does indeed do 1 harm.
Okay, so this would do 2 on Rhonda. It is a staggering blow, right? You're able to just quick. She does have cat-like reflexes. I guess not cat-like. They're just cat reflexes.
Cat reflexes.
The reflexes of herself, right? And is able to recover somewhat, but what's in medical terms, she is fucked up. So staggers back and is like, Lance, do something, and is now like trying to reload her weapon.
Rain looks at Lance with the bloody sword, feathers fluffed up, a cold glint in their eyes. Come on, Lance. Try it.
This seems like an intimidation. So let's talk about just rolling into all the moves today.
I've had a week to plan this out.
So I say intimidation, but it seems like a threat. So roll with charm. You're persuading Lance.
Absolutely.
And I think despite your words, I'm guessing your intent is to just get him to run away, right? Not actually engage you. Or do you want
just to surrender, not to run away.
Got
to surrender. Be like, oh, this is not a good situation. Can't run from it. Can't fight it. Just gotta, surrender to the death.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta just be dead. Or this is a very good roll, and I'm very amused by that. That's gonna be a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Lance sees the writing on the wall. Lance looks at Rhonda, sees how lousy she is, both in surname and in blood loss. He's like, yeah, I give up. Does one of these numbers, right? As this is going down, Lily, you have 3 soldiers kind of working there. We'll say when Rain makes a break for it, that's when the 3 of them are, kind of engaged. They lock in a little bit closer. One of their numbers is down, right? So they're down to 3. you have, I think, Rain's departure has created an opportunity for you to act before they're able to do anything. What do you do?
Does that count as blindside?
Well, Rain blindsided one of them. If you were wanting to do the same, you would make the same roll.
Okay.
I'd say with this opportunity that she has created, you do have the time to kind of overwhelm one of them real quick. And if you want to roll a blindside, you absolutely can.
And that is rolling with might, is that correct?
Yes.
That's 10.
Okay. Oh wait, shit, I'm so sorry. Blindside is one of your roguish feats, right?
Yes.
Because it's not. You're actually rolling with finesse, but I'm gonna say it's good because you're using your might as, you're big strong toad. You're gonna be shoving things around, I feel like. So let's count it as a might roll this time
Thank you.
because it's our finale also. And it makes sense to me that you
it
do
was
this.
either that or engage in melee. They're kind of the same point for me. So
They're kind of, but I think, but blindside at least. Well, what happens with blindside is because it's a roguish feat. Then I sort of just determine, hey, this happens. What happens is you are indeed able to injure one of them. You inflict. You have a big ass sword, right?
battle axe, actually, like two-handed.
Oh, right. Even better. You're able to cleave into one of them pretty significantly, right? Deal an injury. Again, they didn't see this coming, and let me just look at my chart. See if I can sucker punch. Yeah, this falls exactly under that. Risks, there were none because you rolled a 10. Goes down as well. This was actually, you pick. Was this mouse, cat, or fox?
I feel like this was cat.
Okay.
My character would attack the cat first.
That's fair. Yeah, the cat's down. She's bleeding from like a gut wound or something, right? It's pretty bad. The other two are shooken, but they're not quite out of it. So at this point, we'll say one of them does rush you. And this time, even though it's responsive, go